Hello, my name is Aoife. I'm a yoga teacher here at Northside. So we have organised a number of classes to offer to you, and hopefully in the comfort of your own home to bring you back to the Northside feel of your yoga, and hopefully it's something that you enjoy. Today's class will be nice and short, so yeah, between 20 and 30 minutes, and I'm going to call it a power flow. And the reason being is it's still in the yoga structure, but just a little bit more of that heat building and perhaps some longer holds within. And I don't know about you, but I've certainly spent a lot of time in my head lately. So there's so much time to think and to perhaps overanalyze everything that's going on in the world. So do take this opportunity to dive right into the sensation and the presence of your body, rather than up in the thinker's mind. So no props needed. I'm just sitting on a block as I like to prop my hips up in seated meditation. So if this is you and you're noticing that when you come to your comfortable seat that your knees are tracking above your hips, but notice your hip flexors are switched on and firing. So if this is you, just perhaps take a moment to nestle into a comfortable seat as you prop up the hips. Allow the knees to soften and the lower belly to be soft. And when you've arrived, perhaps closing down the eyes. And noticing this true connection to self, connection to breath. One of the most wonderful things about our yoga practice is that we make this commitment each and every time we step on the mat, that we truly have nowhere else to be. And this commitment has become, I guess, somewhat like my best friend during practice, because it's that reminder that you deserve to be just with the presence of your breath. And that everything else can wait. So I'd like you to truly believe that, feel that for yourself. Without changing your breath, can you simply become aware of it here? And perhaps noticing its texture of your breath as it enters and exits your body. What I mean by texture is perhaps at the beginning of class, the breath can be quite grainy and up into the chest. And the aim is to get the breath deep into the belly, perhaps noticing a buttery or soft, smooth texture of the breath. And as you're grounding down through the sitting bones, can you notice this energetic lift in the spine? So perhaps you grow tall through the crown of your head. And as you're noticing this energetic lift in the spine, you allow the shoulder blades to melt down the back, adding length to the sides of your neck. And I'd like to invite the intention of dropping into pure joy and gratitude towards your body for the next 30 minutes. Being with the presence and the sensation of your body as it moves through this strong standing sequence of postures. Together, take a full breath in. Cleansing breath out, let it go. Full breath in through the nose. Through the nose, breath out. Noticing your jaw release. The skin of your forehead is smooth. Together, we'll stay here for the next 4 minutes or so. Can you allow the journey of your breath to be your only task? Allow it to be all you are concerned with. Perhaps you've got this added distraction of being at home. Maybe there's some background noise or something that's catching the attention of your mind. Can you truly allow your breath to be all you are concerned with? Know that you deserve this practice and this space. Together, let's take a full breath in as arms reach up. Cleansing breath out through prayer. Breath in, reach up. And breath out through prayer. More collective, breath in and reach up. And open the mouth, let it go. And gently begin to soften the palms, resting them on your thighs. In breath, shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Out breath, gently release. 2 more like this. Gently begin to blink open your eyes. Welcome. You can start lying on the back, so perhaps moving your prop or your blanket, bolster, anything to one side. Making your way to your back, give yourself a nice big hug, so draw the knees in towards the chest. And perhaps actively giving yourself a hug, you might truly feel this sensation by drawing the chin towards the chest. And then gently release. Begin to stack the knees directly over the hips, and dorsiflex the toes, so active through the toes. Stacking the knees directly over the hips, but noticing if the small of the back has lifted off the mat. Can you press the small of the back deep into the mat and hugging the floating ribs in, so knitting up through the ribs, drawing navel into spine, cactus the arms, notice length at the side of your neck, palms facing up, soften down the eyes. Just make sure that you're not pulling the knees towards the chest and lifting the low back, otherwise you're just hanging out. You really want to feel your internal core switch on. So this is a beautiful way to start your practice so that you can protect your lower back and posture throughout your flow. So nice. Can you stay here for another 5 Ujjayi breaths? If you can't feel anything, if you're not feeling that activation, perhaps just moving your knees an inch towards the back of the mat. Continue to press the small of the back deep into the mat. If Ujjayi breath is new to you, it's a light constriction at the back of the throat. So you'll notice that I certainly use this as a tool when teaching. It's a beautiful reminder and an anchor back to the present moment. Together, a full breath in. Lion's breath, breath out. And the next in-breath, happy baby, shine the soles of the feet towards the ceiling. So again, you just want to continue to press the small of the back deep into the mat. So if full happy baby isn't available for you today, please feel free to hold the hamstrings. It's just as beneficial as you've got gravity on your side here. So drawing the shoulder blades back and down and often through the jaw. The next in-breath, begin to hug the knees into the chest. Rock and roll lengthways. So gather momentum. Do take your time here. It's a wonderful way to massage the spine. And then just making your way to a sitting posture. So sitting on the front of the sit bones, Navasana boat pose. So take the shins parallel to the mat, just as they were when we were lying on the back. But this time, shining through the chest, lifting the arms up. Navasana boat posture. So again, just switching on through the core. You might like to stay here or challenging yourself by pointing the toes, gazing up and leading from the heart. Full breath in. And soften breath out. Rolling over the toes, we'll meet in a tabletop position. So making your way to a tabletop with the wrists stacked directly under the shoulders, knees directly under hips. In breath, lower belly, tilt pelvis, gaze up. And out breath, push the floor away, around and dome through the spine. In breath, lower belly, tilt pelvis. Out breath, round and dome, press the floor away. Close down your eyes and make this movement intuitive for you. So how is your body feeling today? Are there any areas of stickiness and tightness? Perhaps you tighten the shoulders, the thoracic spine. You might like to stay in this rounding and doming and send the breath there. Inviting freedom and a sense of playfulness into your practice. Nothing else matters, only how this feels for you, so I want you to truly feel that. Another full breath in. Empty breath out, let it go. Puppy pose, begin to blink open the eyes and keep the hips tracking back, knees stacked directly under the hips. Melt the heart forward, so just go to the edge in the place that is comfortable for your shoulders and perhaps soften the forehead to the mat. And keep the arm bones long, keep the hips tracking back. Notice the space in your spine, this new length. The shoulders are externally rotating and wrapping back. Together, a full breath in. Swoop the belly through for a breath out. Shalabhasana pose, which is locust. So press down through the tops of the feet, lengthen the arm bones and the palms face down. In breath, peel the heart off the mat. If the low back is feeling okay, begin to lift the tops of the feet, the legs and the arms. So keep the drishti, which is the gaze, focused down in front of you. And as you're strong through the low back and the glutes, can you try and spin the inner thighs towards each other? Shine from the heart and press the hip bones, the pubic bone down into the earth. Stay for another strong breath in. And empty breath out. Slowly begin to unravel, unfurl. Allow the shoulders to roll forward, sway through the hips. Perhaps bend the knees and windshield wiper through the heels. This will release any tension from the low back. Rolling cobra. So as you begin to tent the fingertips, take them about a foot away from your forehead. Press down through the tops of the feet. So just notice here before we rush into rolling cobra, as you press down through the tops of the feet, you naturally lift your knees and engage your quads. Squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other. In breath as you peel the heart up and off the mat. Out breath, lead with the belly, end with the head. Soften, fold forward. 2 more like this. When you've finished your 2, begin to take the hands and place them directly under the shoulders. Option to come through the knees or tuck the toes, hug the elbows close into the midline and press up to a plank. In your plank position, take a moment to just find your strength and stability. I feel like I've done so many planks lately. But anyway, here we are. Take a full breath in. Cleansing breath out, let it go. Stay here for another 3 of your Ujjayi breaths. Option to close down the eyes and just tune into the sensation of the body rather than the thinker's mind. In breath, as you shift the weight forward, lower from a high to low plank. Roll over the tops of the toes, lengthen through the arm bones. Draw the shoulder blades back and down, strong through the glutes. Press back, downward facing dog. So in your downward facing dog, together we'll spend a full breath in. Cleansing breath out, let it go. And from here, just begin to come up high into the tippy toes and tilt the pelvis high. Take a full breath in. Lower the heels for breath out. Begin to take the big toes to touch, zipping up through the legs, so the legs are like one big tree trunk. Take the gaze to the top of the mat. Generous bend in the knees, light hop or step to the front of the mat. Take a half lift as soon as you arrive. Bow forward deep. In breath as you ground down through the heels, rolling up through the spine. Externally rotate through the shoulders, find mountain pose. So a standing posture. Close down the eyes here. Notice perhaps there's this new energy and prana moving through the body. Pay particular attention to the soles of your feet and ground down through the big toe mound, the baby toe mound, and the heel. Can you distribute the weight evenly between these 3 points? Noticing this true sense of grounding. Softly blink open the eyes. Together we'll salute the sun. In breath, reach up, rise up. Hinge from the hips, breath out as you swan dive, find the earth. In breath, take a half lift, shine from the heart. Soft knees, plant the hands, step or jump back. Chaturanga, moving through upward facing dog or cobra. Press through the palms, downward facing dog. Together, big breath in. Lion's breath, breath out. Take the big toes to touch, generous bend of the knees, gaze to the top of the mat. Light hop or step. Take a half lift as soon as you arrive. Bow forward deep. One more full round together. Breath in, reach up, rise up. Breath out, find the earth. In breath, take a half lift. Add breath, step or jump back. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Cleansing breath out, let it go. From here, we'll move through what's known as Surya Namaskar B. So in breath as left leg steps between the palms. Lower the right heel, rise up, warrior one. As soon as you arrive, plant the hands, left foot comes back, chaturanga. So high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, breath out. Together, a full breath in. Cleansing breath out, let it go. Right leg steps forward, lower the left heel, rise up, warrior one. As soon as you arrive, plant the hands, step the right foot back, high to low plank. Rolling over the toes, upward facing dog. Send the sit bones back. Together, a full breath in. Cleansing breath out, let it go. Step the right foot to the center of the mat. Left floats and sweeps up. In breath, knee to nose. Add breath back to the sky. In breath, knee to nose. Add breath back to the sky. In breath, knee to nose, round and dome through the spine to step it through. Lower the right knee and tuck the back toes. Swoop the hands up for Anjaneyasana posture. The left hip pulling back and right forward. You drive down through the tailbone. So instead of collapsing into the socket and the joints here, you're strengthening, so you're scissoring action towards in the hips. Lengthen through the tailbone. So it's as if you're trying to pull the center of the mat towards you. Together, full breath in. Arrowhead for breath out. Tuck the toes and lift the back knee. Strong standing posture. We're here for 3 of your breaths. Energy shooting from the crown of your head. In breath, crescent lunge, rise up. Add breath, arrowhead, swoop the hands back. Extended arrow as you interlace the thumbs, reach far, far forward, energetically pressing down through the back heel. Open up to warrior 2 on the left side. So warrior 2, you have a few breaths to just check in with your alignment. So heel to arch alignment. Generous bend in this left knee. And perhaps you're like me and your left knee is tracking towards the big toe. And if so, just pull it towards the pinky toe and drive down through the tailbone. Continue to press down to the blade edge of the right foot. And from here, straighten the left leg, Trikonasana for triangle posture, left hand down and right swoops in front of your face. Generous bend in this left knee, step the right foot forward a little. You're going to reach about a foot in front of you for half moon. So as you're bending this knee, you're hopping the right up. Generous bend and then straighten the left leg. And the right leg comes parallel to the mat. And instead of closing down, can you think open up? So open up through this right hip and this right arm reaches up. You might want to play around with your balance here and taking the left hand up. And then softly land in warrior two. Reverse your warrior as you paint the ceiling. Cartwheel the hands down to frame this left foot. Left foot comes back, moving through a flow. Downward facing dog is where we meet. Together a full breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Left leg comes to the center of the mat, right floats up. In breath, knee to nose. Out breath, back to the sky. In breath, knee to nose. Out breath, back to the sky. Full breath in, knee to nose. Round and dome through the spine. Step it through. Lower the left knee and tuck the back toes. Fix your t-shirt. Swoop your hands up. So right hip pulling back, left forward. In this classical shape, can you, instead again of collapsing into the joints here, which does feel really nice in the psoas of the left leg, but as we're strengthening, you want to think scissoring action. So right hip back, lengthen through the tailbone. Take a full breath in and arrowhead for breath out. Lift the back knee. Drop into the sensation of your body here. So notice the intricate movements that you are naturally making. Perhaps you're moving the right knee towards the right pinky toe and energetically pressing through the back of this left knee. Breath in for crescent lunge, rise up. Arrowhead for breath out. Crescent lunge, swoop up. Arrowhead, soften. Extended arrow, interlace the thumbs and reach far, far forward. Open up, warrior two. A generous bend in this right knee and keep the trunk, instead of collapsing the trunk angling this way, just keeping it perpendicular to the mat. And drishti gaze over this right toe. Take a full breath in. And stay for breath out. Straighten the right leg. Reach far, far forward and tip like a little teapot. So the right hand comes down. Revolve through the heart center. So when you feel this natural opening up of the left side, perhaps the left hand follows and reaches up. So in triangle posture, you really want to feel as though you're wrapping the right hip back, also lengthening through the side. So continue to press down through the blade edge of this left foot. And it's more about this lift rather than collapsing. Take the drishti gaze in front of this right toe. Reach far forward, half moon pose, rise up. Again, playing around with balance. And soft in warrior two. Lift the palm and paint the ceiling. Cartwheel the hands, framing this right foot. Take the right leg back, hide a low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Cleanse it out, let it go. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, come to a kneeling posture. Send the sit bones back. Placing the palms facing down, closing down the eyes. Perhaps you're noticing this prana moving around your body. Together, big breath in as hands reach up. Cleansing breath out as you shift the weight forward, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Breath in, left leg lifts. Stay for breath out. In breath, knee to nose. Round and down through the spine to step it through. Rise up for crescent lunge. Strong standing posture. Begin to take the hands at prayer heart center as you shift the weight forward. Left elbow around left, or right elbow around left thigh. So you're in this twisted lunge. Continue to press down through the palms, and this will revolve the heart space and the heart center up. And when you feel as though your chest has revolved, keep the integrity in the hips, so left hip pulling back, right forward. Take the drishti, so the gaze at the top of the mat, or even just in front of the big toe. So just begin to step the right leg forward to meet the left and back. Right forward to meet the left and back. Right forward to meet the left and back. Come through 3 more of these in your breath and your time. Strong through this left leg. And continue to lengthen through the tailbone. And on the third, we'll meet in this twisted prayer position, this twisted seat. In breath, swoop the hands up. Send the sitting bones back for Utkatasana chair pose. So think length through the tailbone and knitting in through the front ribs. Biceps up to ears. Take a full breath in. Sit deep for breath out. Hands come to prayer heart center. Step the left leg back. Left elbow, right thigh. Again, notice the subtleties. So press down energetically through this back heel. Right hip pulling back, left forward, and spin the heart to the right. When you feel as though you have pressed down through the palms and opened up through this right shoulder, take the drishti to the top of the mat or the big toe. Left leg, step it forward and back. Left leg, step it forward and back. Again, left leg forward and back. Come through 3 more of these, dropping into your breath and your practice. And again, we'll meet with 2 feet connected. Reach up, rise up. Send the sit bones back. Utkatasana, chair pose. Together, full breath in. Lower all the way to the floor for breath out. Navasana boat pose. So just as we did at the beginning of class. Shins parallel to the mat. You might like to lengthen through the legs here. Empty exhale. Give yourself a nice big hug. So holding the knees close into the chest. Begin to extend through the legs. And just take the sole of the left foot as it intersects the seam of the right leg. Twist through the thoracic mid-spine. And in breath, reach up. Out breath, fold forward. One more like this, full breath in. An option to come into a twist here. So breath out, left hand holds the blade edge of the right foot. Twist through the thoracic. And if you can't reach the foot, holding the shin is perfectly fine. You just want to feel that twist in the mid-spine. And from here, take the right arm and thread it under the left. And hold this left knee and feel as though you're spinning the heart and the heart space open towards the left. So it's as if you're pulling your chest underneath your left arm. And wherever you land in this posture is perfectly fine. Just truly drop into your breath. Notice the hamstrings as they release. This beautiful stretch in the whole left side body, space between the ribs. Empty exhale. And just be very cautious with your spine as you move through center. Extend the left leg. Take a moment in center. Generous bend in this right leg. sole of the right foot intersects the seam of the left leg. Twist off. In breath, reach up. Out breath, soften, fold forward. Full breath in, reach up, rise up. And out breath, option to twist. So right now I have my right arm, my right hand holding the blade edge of the left foot. Again, the shin or the outside of the leg is available to you. Just move into whatever's comfortable. And take the left arm, thread it under as you spin the heart. Again, noticing this release in this whole right side body, grounding down through the hip points. And the sitting bones. Ever so gently begin to unravel. Connect the soles of the feet here. Instead of drawing the heels in towards the groin, can you extend them further so the legs are in this lovely diamond shape? With the arms, thread them underneath. And just find a comfortable space for you to soften into a shape called butterfly. Without any need to perfect the posture, can you just allow gravity to do the work? Moving with ease and caution, taking the torso through center, holding the knees as you gently begin to roll the spine down. Taking the knees with you. Give yourself a big hug. And perhaps expressing deep gratitude towards your body for taking you through a strong and powerful practice. Gently release the soles of the feet as wide as the mat with the knees bent. Cactus the arms and lower the knees to the left as you gaze to the right. Easy supine twist. And neck comes through center, knees through center, over to the right, gaze to the left. Knees through center. Gently extend the legs, take the heels as wide as the mat. And find your Shavasana. So Shavasana posture, arguably the most important of the entire practice. Often becoming still can be one of the most difficult things, more so than doing. So try not to rush out of this posture. And perhaps remembering that as you rolled out the mat, you made the commitment to be right here and present with your body and breath. Noticing the texture of your breath. Perhaps now it is smooth, soft, and deep into the belly. Shavasana. As you are in the comfort of your own home, please continue a well-deserved and extended Shavasana. For now, I'll say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in this 30-minute flow. Hopefully see you sooner rather than later. Lots of love.